Dave, to wrap everything up before we go into recap mode, there was some baseball news. Jake did try to break some news into Twitch chat earlier on.
He did, yeah.
But I was refreshing Twitters of both Jeff Passan and also Ken Rosenthal. Neither of them have tweeted it, so it has not happened yet.
Nightingale is the guy who was tweeting
but
about
I feel like
Nightingale.
I feel like if it actually happened, like Nightingale's been saying it should be done today. It should be done today. It should. If it actually happened, like everyone would. It would be like, oh, he broke it, and then everyone else would be like.
He was just kind of clarifying what it is for the trade, like who's on the table, who's not right now.
Yeah. So like basically, I'm saying is nothing's changed from what we knew a little bit.
Padres getting okay. So can I read it? Can I read Nightingale's tweets?
Yeah.
Or no?
Go ahead.
Sure. So basically, what he dropped out there was the Padres are getting catcher Victor Carantini from the Cubs in the Yu Darvish trade. Catcher Luis Campusano is staying in San Diego and is not part of the deal.
Mm-hmm.
So just kind of clarifying what pieces will likely be finalized in a trade that we expect to happen by the time that this video is probably already live. So
because I mean, if you're watching this on YouTube, we do know this is one of those where shit's gonna. It might be like
it's
a fucking
in front of us.
Yeah, it could fucking be like the Mookie Betts trade where Brandon and I spent 40 minutes talking about it, and then he got traded. And we're like, well, another 40 minutes talking about now he did get traded.
That whole fucking segment.
It was just added on to it because we were live on Twitch. But the thing that I did, Dave, because it's no joke. Baseball's not high on the Dave priorities. It's one of those to where Dave has come out vehemently, like basically very strongly. Dave has come out against baseball. That's what I'm trying to say. English, it's a hard language sometimes. Who knows?
For you,
I mean, yeah, for other people too. Like I'm not the only one that's English deficient. Like, see, I'm right there. I can't even think of what word I want.
Read a fucking book, kid. Read a book.
See, it was vocab. I didn't like those vocab tests. Like, they tried to teach a vocab, and it's like, dude, this isn't how I'm gonna fucking want to learn vocab. But I do have some quotes, Dave. I do have quotes. I'm helping you out. I reached out to two of our guys that are really into the baseball, Mr. Brandon Swanson, and then our own Jake Neverman, to get their takes on it. Swanee had three. The first one is, and I'm let's see if this works. So, nope, not what I wanted. Yeah, I knew that was going to be bad. So let me go real quick. Transform. There we go. Perfect. So first off, Brandon says this is a fantastic move for the Padres, and they did it without having to give up some of their biggest prospects. AJ Preller must be a master negotiator. He's the Sam Presti of the MLB, probably, because he has landed both Clevenger and Snell without giving away the farm, and apparently they aren't done yet. They are going to be doing more than just surfing on the West Coast next year. He also talked about, I asked him about the Rays. He said, as for the Rays, they have signaled they are ready to go in a completely different direction. Gone are Morton and Snell, some of the cornerstones of their playoff run. Everything the Tampa Bay Rays do seems calculated, but this one makes you scratch your head a bit. Is this a rebuild in the future? These moves would signal that's a possibility. Jake also had a longer thought. I think it could be viewed as a win-win trade. This is the Snell trade, but it continues the Rays' themes of not paying anybody regardless of how good the player is. While I understand the budget constraints, they only hurt themselves further by trading away a player of the caliber that Snell is. I like a few of the prospects they got back, but even at their peak, they aren't as good as Snell. As a Rays fan, I'd be frustrated with the lack of ambition. On the other hand, the Padres got an absolute steal and immediately become the second best team in the NL. If they also manage to land Darvish, which could happen while we're even doing this, they might just be the best team in the league. They are going to be amazing for so many years to come and continue to show the ambition that the Rays don't have. Before we get into the Yu Darvish part, Dave, the question I want to ask you, and this is a very basic, like, you don't have to know stats or anything to answer this question. If you are the Dodgers right now, are you scared? Are you scared because of the moves the Padres are making and are planning to make? Because the Dodgers, they're kings of the NL, went to the World Series, led the division last year. They were number one in the NL West. Padres were right behind them. If you're a Dodgers fan or the Dodgers, are you looking at this going, dude, they're getting some pitching. We might not win the division next year?
I mean, if the teams behind you are getting better and you don't feel like you're making positive traction in that direction, I guess that's a bad thing. Like,
because the Dodgers have made no moves so far.
So, teams behind me getting better. I feel not great about sitting still. And yeah, we may be good, but like, how much better were we? Have they closed that gap? Kind of thing has got to be their thinking. And do you expect that this is kind of forcing their hand to make a move?
I don't think it forces them to make a move.
Like, is there one glaring weakness on the Dodgers that, well, they need to address that regardless?
See, I don't know. Like that's the thing where, because in the Discord today we were talking about it, or there was conversation about it, and Sam posted a tweet that was from Sarah Langs, and it says, if the Padres acquire Yu Darvish, they'd be, no team has ever acquired two pitchers, both Snell and Darvish, in one offseason, who both either have won or finished top two in the Cy Young voting in any of the prior 3 seasons. And Jake said, oh my God, everyone be very afraid of San Diego in the NL next season. And like, I saw that, and my first thought and what I responded with was a gif of Dennis Green, where he was like, they are who we thought they were. Because my first thought with this, Dave, is I wish there was a gif that said, if you want to crown their asses, crown their asses. Like, that's what I feel like we're doing. Are the Padres getting great talents? Yes. Clevenger will be huge for them. Snell is going to be huge for them. If they get Yu Darvish, here's the caveat. Here's the caveat with Yu Darvish. Are you getting last year's Yu Darvish? Or are you getting the year before's Yu Darvish? Are you getting, like, that's the thing. Yu Darvish has been, since he's moved on from his time in Texas.
History, and it dragged on longer than everyone expected it to. And there were the apologists for that, being like, no, it's clearly just and I think a lot of people were just sick of shit. Yeah. And then this year, he came in and performed.
Yeah, you're hoping you're getting last year's Yu Darvish, which the Cubs are thankfully he played so well, because hopefully we can get what we need in this Yu Darvish deal. And I just said in the Discord, let's not crown them before they prove it. A lot of baseball is still left to play. We have played 0 games so far, just so people know that. They aren't.
Baseball's not a winter sport.
They aren't owed anything until they knock off the King Dodgers. Like, and that's not me saying like, oh, the Dodgers are so great. Like, the Dodgers can't get knocked off, but like. Yeah. Let's wait until it happens. Like, I know we're going to get hyped for this. San Diego fans are going to get hyped for this. The only thing is, let's not crown their asses before they actually prove it. Let's see them play some games, too, first. And I know that's weird for someone who's like, we're in the analyst business. So, like, it's our job to hype up teams.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ricky, if you're a betting man, assuming the deal with Yu Darvish completes prior to the season.
Yeah.
Would the Dodgers still be your favorites, or would it have shifted to the Padres?
Let me see how close the division was last year. Like, there's a part of me that goes, the Dodgers have
their caliber. That's how many wins added. I mean, that's gotta be. We're talking 10.
Okay,
10 wins added.
If it's 10 wins, then
plus they added a bat.
They added the South Korean kid. I don't even know if he's our age or younger. I just said kid.
He's younger than us.
Yeah, so 10 wins would put them 4 games above the Dodgers. Like, I'm not saying it's not capable.
Obviously, they have to perform, but like from a sheet perspective, on paper, does that roster?
Yeah, and I mean the thing that I feel like this trade does more is, I'm not even focused on the regular season. Not only the Snell trade, but even if they get Darvish, like, I'm not even focused on the regular season. Of course, you want to win the division, and winning the division is huge because you get home field in that first round. You actually get into the first round. You don't have to play wild card games or wild card rounds or whatever they do. You're basically not a wild card team. You're in the playoffs officially. Right. The thing that gets me is this helps more in playoff situations because that's where pitching is more, what's the word I'm looking for? Crucial.
More heavily weighed.
Yeah, in a regular season, it could be like, well, fuck it. We're going to give you this start off. We want to save your arm kind of a thing. But in a playoff series, if you're telling me, all right, we're going against the Padres. Okay, what's that lineup? All right, game 1, we got to see Snell. All right, game 2, we got to see Darvish. All right, game 3, we got to see Clevenger. It's like, well, fuck, where's the weak link? Like, usually there's like, game 3 is a weak starter. Maybe game 4 is a weak starter where it's like, no, this rotation may be stacked to where it's like, yeah, good luck fucking batting against us in the playoffs.
At the back end. You got to hope to beat him in that fucking 8th, 9th inning, you know?
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly it. Like, can you run the pitch count up then? Because that's how you get to that. Because otherwise, fucking you, Darvish, going 8 innings, you're not going to win. Even if he goes 7, you're not going to win. Like,
it's pretty much a wrap, yeah.
Because usually teams, it's like if a starter can get 7,
the Dodgers do have fucking firepower.
They do.
They have the bats. They can absolutely swing some dingers.
They do. And that's the only reason why I wouldn't put money on them to win the division for sure. But I can't wait to see Dodgers Padres in the NLCS because I feel like it's coming. Is that
a lock already?
I don't want to lock it yet. I don't want to lock it, but like I look at the rest of the NL, like the Braves are good, but I would take the Dodgers or Padres over them. Miami's good, but I would take them. Any team in the Central, I would take both the Dodgers. Like the Padres jumped the boat to where it's like, you guys were all playing with the Dodgers trying to compete with them. Well, guess what? Now it's our turn. You feel like you were going to say something, Dave. That's why I stopped.
I'm reading more fucking shenanigans. Zach Davies is going from San Diego to Chicago, according to a source.
Okay.
The trade will include multiple prospects.
Okay. Tim says, I think it's official. Darvish, San Diego, possibly Carantini going with him. Yeah, that's what Nightingale we read off as tweeted. And the last thing about it, Dave.
Good old Bob Nightingale. What a guy. I'll
mention the Yu Darvish part because I am a Cubs fan for those of you who don't know. The one quote I left off from Brandon about Yu Darvish was the rumors surrounding Yu Darvish seem like more than just chatter. There seems to be a real chance he is traded to the San Diego Padres, and this would be a huge win-win for both teams. The Cubs are about to be in rebuild, retool mode, and they could use any talented prospects they could get their hands on. The Padres want to try to build the strongest rotation in baseball. This is very similar to Chris Sale, a great pitcher on a team not about to win a championship. Oh, that hurts, Brandon. Get the most value you can right now. And it's like, I agree with him. Like, John Lester's gone. He was up at the end of the year. We said our goodbyes to John. What do we do? Do we keep Yu Darvish at the salary he's at? Like, to me, the only part of this, I was like, I'm not too fucking happy about that. And I'm glad that his name isn't involved. Was when I saw Contreras, I was like, don't give up Wilson Contreras. You hang on to Wilson. Like, that's the guy I want to hang on to where it's like, I'm sitting there, I'm going, if we give up Wilson Contreras, I'm going to be pissed. I'm absolutely pissed. But hearing his name no longer in the deal, I'm happy because the way I see this, and this might be a very like, this isn't even about like wins and losses, but it could basically affect that is I look at it this way. We give up used money. We trade him to the Padres. We get any prospects to help bolster our farm system. And then guess what? We can use that money we were given to you to keep Chris Bryant. That's what I think this helps. This helps us free up money so we can keep Chris Bryant so he doesn't walk. Like that's the biggest question the Cubs have had to answer is the Ricketts don't want to go over the, I don't know if they call it the luxury tax in baseball like they do in basketball, but they don't want to go over that like luxury threshold where they're paying more to have a team above that tax line. Even though there's no hard cap in baseball, they still have that at least. They've already said they don't want to go over that line. So like for me, the only reason I would move on from you is A, you don't think we're going to be a World Series contender. and B, you want to use that money elsewhere, like fucking paying Chris Bryant or paying Anthony Rizzo, either one of those guys, or keeping both of them, which would be the perfect world. But yeah, that's pretty much, it looks like Yu Darvish is going to be a Padre. Snell is already a Padre, and I can't wait to see what they do, because they do have, we haven't mentioned them, Fernando Tatis, who got a few wet boys this year for his play.
Junior.
Tatis Jr. I forgot the
Put some respect on that former White Sox farm system.
Was he he was in the James Shields trade, wasn't he?
Big game James.
Yeah, big game James.
Had to have him.